Hey guys, it's been a long time since I sat down to intentionally draw. To be honest, I took quite a long break from doing art. It wasn't my intention, but it happened, and now it is overwhelming, to say the least, to try to get back into it. I didn't expect it to be so overwhelming. In fact, I thought it was going to be a lot easier than I'm finding it to be. But that is one of the reasons that I'm sitting down and drawing this drawing. If you don't recognize this cute little sketch and reference that I'm doing, then you might not be familiar with the 100 Heads Challenge, because this is one of the first heads in the 100 Heads Challenge. The 100 Heads Challenge was made to get you out of your comfort zone, to help you practice portraits of a wide variety: men, women, children, statues. I don't really know how all of that works, but it's supposed to make you a really great artist, or at least help with your practice of portraits and your ability to do a variety of them. I like this challenge. I like the idea. I've started it several times, and yet I've never finished it. So what an overwhelming drawing for me to start. I wanted to start the 100 Heads Challenge because I thought, oh, that will help me really get back into art. But what a mistake. It's almost like I don't know myself, because that is a big challenge. You are supposed to do 100 heads or portraits in 10 days. And I can't do anything in 10 days. So that's a no for me. But this is what I was doing, as I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and try this challenge that I've started already several times in my life and never finished. In fact, I don't think I've gotten past the 4th head. Yet, I thought, this is the time when I'm already having a hard time getting back into art. This is the time I'm going to do it. It wasn't, spoiler alert. I just did this head. So, actually, that's not true. I did a couple in digital form. I don't really count them, but I probably will be putting them on my YouTube channel. So, maybe they should be counted. I don't know. You can tell me. Anyways, the point of the story is that this is overwhelming. A lot more overwhelming than I thought it was going to be. And it would be really great if you just let me talk about it, because it would just help me have a little therapy session about why I'm not getting back into my art as easily and quickly and smoothly and colorfully and skillfully as I had hoped and thought. Ugh. So one of the reasons I think that this is so overwhelming for me is because I'm trying to do exactly what I'm trying to do right here, right now, which is draw what I think I'm supposed to be drawing, and putting a lot of pressure on myself on what my art is supposed to look like at this point in my life. And yes, I've done art for years, and yes, I have some good pieces and some bad pieces, some pieces I'm proud of, some pieces that will never see the light of day. But at this point, I haven't painted or drawn or watercolored in a long time. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to have a skill and talent that is kind of lost and buried in years of other things and thoughts and places and people. And this is something that I would really like to get out of my head. I would really like to get over this thought that my art needs to be in a certain place, and that I need to be doing a certain thing like the 100 Heads Challenge to be considered a good artist, to be considered an artist worth arting. Because it's so not true. When I do art that I like, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, using the colors that I want to use, whether or not they're the kind of colors that, grown, adult, mature artists are using, when I do the art that I want to do, it does come out a lot better in my eyes and opinion. So if I'm doing art for me, then why can't I just do the art that I want? Not to mention that when I do things like this, the 100 Heads Challenge, it takes me a lot of time, and it is a lot more stressful. I don't usually like the way it comes out. In fact, I never feel like I get closure. I feel like I have to keep coming back and doing the same thing over and over again, especially with the 100 Heads Challenge. I have to keep doing the same heads over and over again because I'm not happy, because I see everyone else doing it, and the way that they did it so much better. They added their own art flair. They did a whole art piece on it, And when you look at the references, they're so detailed and fine, and I am not capturing that thought. I'm not capturing the fun in what they're showing, for sure. But also, it's because I'm not having fun. So what fun is there to capture? Anyways, I want to have closure with my art. I want to have happiness and fun with my art. I want to, at the end of my arting, have something that I'm glad I arted. So how do I do that? I'm just gonna practice and move closer towards doing things that I want. So the next cute little sketch with me that will be coming out is going to be something that I draw without a reference, without a plan, without a color scheme, and without me thinking, what am I going to do with this after? What is the purpose of this art piece? Am I going to make it into a print one day? Am I going to show it off? Am I going to draw it just for a YouTube video? The answer to all of those questions is no, 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 no. I am drawing it to draw. For funsies and nothing else. And I'm going to draw until I think it's done. And if I think it's done 2 seconds into drawing it, then I'm going to stop and be like, wow, what a good time. Glad I drew that. Moving on with my life. Yeah. See, doesn't that sound like a nice, fun time? I think so. Because the truth is, honestly, as you can see from any of my videos, any of my art, any of my anything, that I do art for me. I don't do commissions. I don't do portraits for other people. I don't draw people's pets. My art practice is for me. I do it because it makes me happy. I like the way a pen feels on paper. I like to draw things in contrast colors and just stare at the pretty colors all day long. And I like the way that paint feels on canvas, the bounce. It just makes me so happy. I just want to sit there and put paint on a canvas and blend it until my little arm falls off, okay? I feel like I've actually done that a couple times. I think this is how people get carpal tunnel. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is I'm doing art for me. I'm not doing it because it makes other people happy. I'm not using colors because it's what looks good in people's homes nowadays, or because it's even the appropriate, right, mature colors of what you're supposed to use. So if someone's skin is yellow in my paintings and in real life no one has highlighter yellow skin, then that's okay. That's kind of the whole point of making art, at least for me, is because you have control and you can do whatever you want. And it can still be something that looks good or looks good to you at the end. Anyways, my art is not necessarily to make other people happy or necessarily to make me money. Its purpose is to make me happy because I enjoy it. So, if doing the 100 Heads challenge does not make me happy, why am I sitting here doing it? So I'd really love to get rid of these ideas, these strict ideas, because all in all, I feel like it's holding my art back. When I look at art that I've done where I don't have a plan, where I use whatever colors I want and I paint for however long I want or short I want and whatever subjects I want, I am a lot happier with the outcome and I end up making more art. And quantity is what leads you to quality. So doing more art is ultimately what's going to progress my art and make me even happier because the easier it will be for me to get the results that I want. And I'll be able to paint more things and have the confidence to paint more things. It's really the confidence part. Anyways, so quantity. So quantity leads you to more quality. We love that. And the idea of challenges like the 100 Heads challenge and a lot of other challenges is to help you progress in your art, to progress quickly, to move fast, to do a lot, hence 100 heads. However, I make a lot more art when I do whatever I want. So if that's the point, then again, why am I sitting here trying to make myself do something that is not serving me? Either way though, it's not coming out as bad as I thought it was gonna. Especially since I've done this so many times and been so disappointed. This isn't that bad. It's not that bad. So today, I'm glad I'm doing this particular head. So I'm not saying I don't want to go out of my comfort zone, nor am I saying that I won't do things that I don't want to do if I really feel like it's going to help me grow as an artist or grow as a person, if that's what's important to me that day. But I do want to get rid of this rigid thought in my head that I have to love hatchwork or that I have to love sketching and drawing. And I don't want to cloud my thinking and my artistry and my creativity with the thoughts of I need to be using a black pen on paper, that I need to be hatching or that I need to use soft, muted colors because it's more realistic. I want to just do what I do. So from now on, I want to make that a very conscious decision to work towards doing whatever I want to do in my art. And I want that, for me, to be the definition of a successful artist practice and life and journey. And I want to let go of this pressure and stress that I have to do all of these things the right way, quote unquote, because one of the wonderful things about art and the art world and being an artist is that you don't have to follow the rules. You can mix mediums, you can make it into a whole craft project, it can be a movie, it can be 3D, it can be anything that you want it to be, and it can still be beautiful, even if it's ugly. But the point is that right here, right now, we're embracing the thought that I never have to paint this head ever again in my life, even though I do enjoy it. I really like doing the hair on this one particularly, and I like this portrait, but if I just saw it on my own, I probably wouldn't do it. Also, fun little twist in the story about our 100 heads is I have been now making my own Pinterest board of 100 heads that I want to paint or draw, because that's exciting to me, and I'll do it, and I'll do a much better job, and I can actually start that challenge and finish it. Anyways, thanks for listening to me, and I think it's a great compromise. I make my own 100 heads challenge, and we call it a day. Cool.